Cate, greetings from Toronto, Canada. How are you?
Oh, hi,
Very
greetings
good.
from
Nice to
London.
meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you. Where Canada loves the crown, gotta tell you, myself included. I cannot wait when I get my new episodes. I don't care what I'm doing. I stop everything. And this last season, I mean, I'm in deep depression that it's going to be over in December. But Alison, I want to start with you because when you are dealing with such iconic people, and you have all that research to, we have millions of pictures. Like we think we know what's on the Queen's desk, and we think we know everything. How much artistic leeway are you allowed, or do you have any? Because we're very picky if we don't see that particular picture of William and Cate or whoever on the desk. Well, not yet, but you know what I mean. It's very interesting to me.
I think any nugget of truth that you can find out about the royals, you hang on to and go, "Oh, fantastic! I found out there's a corgi on the or a pic, anything you can find that you can replicate. You will gravitate to and think, that's brilliant. At least I've got that sort of bit of the puzzle, and then broadly create the world on that desk that you think that person, the Queen, Prince Philip, Charles, Diana, or Margaret, the world that they sort of have. And if you ever see any pictures of Margaret's desk, the Queen's desk, and Charles or Philip or Diana, there are pictures of them.
Sure.
That's where they corral their personal world. That is where they're absolutely stuffed. I mean, they're quite. You have to underdress more than replicate because they are so full of things that it just looks like they're like crazy hoarders because they've got all the photos, all the mementos, all the presents that someone's brought them back from Australia or Canada, or it's all stuffed in this sort of 6 foot by 4 foot space. So it's a bit of both, a bit of creative license, a bit of interpretation, a bit of imagination, and a bit of any nugget that you can grab onto as well.
Yeah.
I mean, everything on the Queen's desk is horse related. So,
well, of course, horse and dogs, right? Of course,
so everything's got a hoof on her desk. Everything.
Exactly. Cate, for you, how exciting is it to go from season to season, especially when you get to start with a new actor? So, like, you go from somebody like Emma Corrin to Elizabeth Debicki, but you've got to make them both look like Diana. That's very exciting.
It is really exciting. I mean, I was trying to think of other examples where someone gets to like try their job again, but it's like the same but different. And I feel like it's this wonderful thing where you get to learn with every time, and you evolve as an artist as well as the look and the person that you're replicating has evolved, and the period is evolving, and it's kind of like this wonderful organic process. But I think it gets easier, or at least your faith in the process gets stronger,
Is there a particular part of a person's face or their hair or whatever that you look back and you go, wow, I really got that right?
Yeah, there's quite a few of those now. So Camilla, I think the shape of the Camilla wig is really
I'm a big fan of Camilla's wig.
yeah, it's really super. And Olivia wore it so well. And I think she's quite surprising because she's such a very beautiful period actress. So to see her suddenly looking like a completely different human being is quite shocking. I love the Alfayeds with their North African hair texture, because
Yes.
cutting those wigs it's like all wigs are sculptural, but usually you're really having to set and dress them to make the waves go in certain directions in order to kind of sculpt the wig, as it were, when you're cutting them. But with that North African hair texture, because it has that really tight curl, there's a real kind of three-dimensional sculpting element just as you're cutting and as you're shaping them for the very first time, because all wigs arrive kind of like cousin it, like absolutely massive, and you're really very gingerly and careful.
Yeah. Alison, I was just wondering, to wrap it up, just very quickly, what was the most challenging set for this last episodes? Because reliving, oh, oh no, it's, I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Okay.
And then we have got a schedule break.
Great news.
I can hear sound.
Yay.
Okay, last question, I promise, and then we'll wrap it up if that's okay. Alison, we'll end with you. Reliving this last 4 episodes, it was heartbreaking. It was hard to watch that, knowing what we were going to see, what was going to happen. But in the end of it, what was the most challenging set? Like recreating the tunnel? I don't know. I mean, there was so much to do in this these 4 episodes.
That was challenging because we had to do a lot of research to find out literally what happened on the night. You know, what the story was in reality, and then
Right.
obviously treating it with extreme sensitivity. So those sequences were difficult and challenging, and also because we couldn't do it for real in all the places we needed to do it for real. So we had to find substitutes and make them look as real as we could in different countries. Here as set builds and as shots against green screen, and there was a lot of kind of recreation within trying to kind of be extremely careful with the subject matter. So that was a lot of conversations about how we did that in the appropriate manner, and that was complicated, as well as the actual physicality of trying to make the sets look real.
Yeah. Well, you both have done an amazing job on this series. I can't even thank you enough. From a huge fan. So thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it, and have a lovely rest of your day.
You
so
too.
much.
Thanks,
Okay,
Bonnie.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay,
Bye.
thank you.
Nice smile.
Yeah.